everybody. My name's Nicole Harris, and this is Victor Patrascan. He is from Romania. I do not know how to pronounce his surname. We're just going to go with Pastrami, and he has small fingers. I don't know what that means. Welcome to our podcast. It's called Bugbear, and this one is about lockdown and how we feel about lockdown, our bugbears during this time in lockdown.
Lockdown. So people cannot accept the truth, can they?
People can't
want
accept the truth.
Sugarcoating.
They want you to. This is it. I have got into trouble a lot in the past where I've just told people the truth and honesty, and they don't want to hear it. They want you to lie to them or not say it. But then when you talk to people, they go, yeah, I really appreciate like people being direct. I really appreciate honesty. I really appreciate the truth. And it's like, well, you say that, but when it's actually directed at you, you don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People say they love the truth, they love honesty, but they don't mean if it's directed at them.
Yes. I think because here's the thing. A lot of people say that they want to know the truth when it comes to the government, right? Like right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and sometimes it feels like the government is keeping some stuff from us.
Yes.
Do we want to know, or do we want to just keep being lied to?
Oh.
That's what they're telling us. They're telling us that we can't handle the truth.
That is a good question.
Right? So they're just
feeding us little bits of falseness. What are they keeping from us though? What do you think they're keeping from us?
I don't know. The vaccine.
You think they? See, I was thinking this the other day. I think they're developing a vaccine.
Oh yeah, they are. Every country in the world is trying to.
Why aren't we all working together? Why are we all doing it separately?
Because they speak different languages. Can you imagine a Chinese and a German guy working together? They don't understand each other. That's the problem with the world. It's like we have different languages.
Google Translate, tell you what, is a bloody miracle. What you do is you speak into Google Translate and you're like, hey, excuse me, do you mix chlorine with sodium in order to get an injection for the corona? And it comes out,
that's from Star Wars. That's a language that the robot speaks. You know, R2-D2, you know, the small one? It's like that and the clangers. It's like a dialect.
Yeah, that's a dialect. Google Translate does any language you want. And then the person on the other end goes, oh, so we do mix chloride and sodium and all. You know what I mean? Google Translate, we can all work together. And also, let's be honest, the national language is English. So we just all speak that.
But see, because you're like in the situation that I learned your language. Can you imagine? How can you build relationship with other people if you can't understand them, right?
You can't. That's what I say to people. This is why I learned French, right? I thought, you know what? I want to learn French so I can build a relationship with the French. I can communicate with the French. I can talk to the French. Once I learned French, I realized I did not want to talk to the French. So it was a waste of about 20 years, in all honesty. Before you learn a language, make sure you want to communicate with the people of the language.
Exactly. You know what I've been doing in the past few days? I've discovered a YouTube channel called Bold and Bankrupt. I think that's the name of the channel. It's this bold English guy who goes through the former Soviet Union and just talks to drunk people on the street.
That's great.
That's the only people that would talk to like a stranger, a bold English stranger, right? Just the drunks. Because the normal people, they work, they have different stuff to do, right? But his advantage is he knows Russian. So he goes to Kazakhstan, he speaks to people in Russian. He goes to Dagestan, he speaks to people, Belarus, and I feel like I'm missing out. Because when I grew up, people hated Russian, right? Romania didn't want to do anything, didn't want to have to do with anything connected to Russian, right? My
Right.
mom studied Russian in school. She forgot it after the revolution.
Why?
Because why would you need to speak Russian?
Well, that's true as well. But have you ever needed to speak Russian? Why do you feel like you're missing out?
Because I feel like the best hackers right now are Russian, right? And I want to understand what they're actually doing because they're talking in Russian in the comment section, right?
Right.
All the
Well,
trolls, all the, you know, the
didn't
people
know
who
that.
post things about the 5G.
It's all in Russian.
Well, they're Russian, right? It's the
Well,
Russian propaganda machine.
Google Translate, Victor. Google Translate.
Yeah,
It's the
but
best invention ever.
you lose the finesse of the language.
Yeah, but Russia. It's not got much finesse of a language, is it? Let's be honest.
What do you mean they wrote some of the best literature in the world? There must be something about the language that, you know
To
what I
be
mean?
honest, I don't know about Russian language. It does sound difficult to learn, but then so does Romanian.
Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Romanian is so difficult. There's 20 million people in the world that still speak the language, and they make it more and more difficult. Like they're making new rules for us that are native speakers. You know, like
No,
someone
that's ridiculous.
every once in a while they go on TV and they go like, you know, you're not saying that right. And I'm like, just let me say it however I'm saying it.
Let me, because I've never heard you speak Romanian. Let's say, do you still speak it with like a squeaky voice?
With this, yeah, because I get emotional. I get
Say
emotionally involved in
something.
something.
Say something in Romanian, like just say, "Welcome to the podcast, Nicole Harris."
Well, I can say it in English so you understand what I'm saying.
No, I just want to hear you speak Romanian. I've never heard you speak. It's weird because I've never heard you speak Romanian.
All right. Bun venit la podcast, Nicole Harris.
Ah, thanks. I mean,
Right?
most of that was in English. Podcast, Nicole Harris.
Yeah. We haven't invented a word for that yet.
That sounded nice, nicer than I thought it was going to sound. I thought it was going to sound a bit rough, to be honest. But
I softened it.
you did soften that a lot. I don't think that's how you talk down a local pub in Romania.
You know, this is do you know how we call London?
No.
Londra.
Like in French, Londres.
No, not with the R, not with the throaty R.
Londres.
Londra.
Just
clean.
Londra.
Londra. Yeah.
Londra.
Yeah, that's how we call it.
Londra.
Yeah. Like laundry.
It's very similar. Not that dissimilar from French, though.
Yeah, because it's a Latin language. It's
Yeah, but so is English.
no, it's not. The English is a Germanic language.
No, is it?
Yeah, it's close to German and Danish. Because you had
I
like
think-
Danish kings, right?
I'm not sure you're right about this. I haven't done the research. I don't think you have either, if I'm honest.
You know what I know about English words? I know that the fancy words come from French and the rude words come from German.
No, actually, oh, is that right?
Yeah, like shit comes from German.
Scheiße.
Yeah.
Does that come from German?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I learned. I know swearing in German.
But camembert, you know?
But yeah, that's
which is how fancy people say that they're going to the bathroom.
Oh, I knew something like that was coming because you're not sophisticated, are you?
Talking about sophistication, Nicole Harris, how are you spending your days indoors, locked up?
Oh God. Right. I'm trying to be.
What's bothering you?
I'm trying to be creative, but it's boring a bit. But I've got to. Yeah. What's bothering me is one of the things that's bothering me is I can't get food, right, without going to the bloody Tesco's or wherever and having to queue to get into the bloody supermarket. I can't queue to get into a supermarket. I wouldn't even queue to get into a club.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like if I walk down the street and I used to see a club or a pub or whatever, and we were going there and it was a queue, I'd be like, this is not worth it. I do not queue for a club. So now I'm queuing for a bloody supermarket.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. I'm finding that hard to to get used to that, because like I would like, so now I would just like to pop out and like get a chocolate, and I can't because I'll have to queue for like half an hour. Well, maybe at this time it might be
There's a
all right.
corner shop. Like if you go to Tesco's, it's probably closed.
Oh yeah, there
But
is.
you can go corner shop.
Yeah, there is a corner shop, but I don't like the corner shop because they're flouting the rules. They're not restricting people in. You know, I like the rules, and they're not restricted.
Yeah.
They're
But there's no
very
one there right now.
Huh?
There's no one there at this hour. That's I go shopping, 10, 30, 11 at night. Because there's no one in the shop.
But they're not restrict. Yeah, I could go now, but I'm doing a podcast with you, so.
Should we can pause this because chocolate. But you said that you're not eating chocolate. Why?
Yeah,
You crave chocolate.
again.
You keep sticking.
I've
You are
started
eating
again.
chocolate.
I've started again. But the guy where next door at Tesco Express.
Yeah.
The security guard, right? He's become the bouncer now. He's acting like the bouncer. Last time I saw a bouncer, right, I went to this club.
Yeah.
You'll like this, Victor. I went to this club and he goes to me, ID, can I have some? I was so happy, right?
Flattered, right?
I was so flattered. Yeah. I literally hugged him and just sobbed uncontrollably on his shoulder for like 10 minutes. And then he let me in because he knew that no one under the age of 21 would have acted like that.
Yeah.
But then I spent about half an hour going, like, how old do you think I look then? How old do you think?
Yes.
Can you just go in now? There's a queue.
What kind of numbers did he throw at you?
I sort of managed to intimidate him. He was really scared of me. Yeah, like I think it was the hugging and the kind of like, oh my God, like I love you so much. I wish I'd known that technique when I was like under 21 and I was trying to get into clubs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they would have never questioned it. It would have been worth so much more than like fake ID if I'd have done that whole act. Oh my God, like you think, but you can't carry it off if you really are under 21.
Yeah, and people don't think in advance like this. They don't think, oh, what if I pretend? Like, you know what I mean?
No, so, and you definitely would have got away with it. He'd have been like, oh my God, that must be a midget over 21, get her in. If you'd have done
I don't think we say words like that in English.
Oh, we're not allowed to say, sorry, a little person. That must be a little person.
Yeah, but isn't that more demeaning, calling people little?
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't say it, but...
Yeah, might as well call them petty.
Petty?
Yeah, insignificant. Insignificant people.
Of course they're significant. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what to call... I didn't mean to be offended.
Half a person. Or whatever fraction.
What are they? What should I call? Oh no, I feel bad now. But I was talking about when I was at school, and that's what it was then. So that's what I was using the term to refer to
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was too much into that scene that you created, into the world, into the universe.
That's it. I was
like, oh, I need to be a social justice warrior.
Well, I was if you were that much in the scene, you wouldn't have been thinking that. You would have just been in the moment. But it's fine.
So you're at a club. Were you queuing up before this bouncer said that you look too young to be in there? So you didn't queue up. You just
I wouldn't have queued. No, I don't queue. I don't queue. I wouldn't queue. That's why I'm annoyed about Tesco, because I have to bloody queue. Right?
Yeah.
So in the end, I end up going up the road to like far away.
Yeah.
And there's no queue at the co-op. Why? I don't know.
It's more expensive.
What, than Tesco Express?
Yeah, around these parts where we live, it's poor immigrants, and they go Tesco and Morrison's and Asda. Co-op is as bad as Tesco, but it's more expensive.
Is it? The co-op?
Yeah, that's the problem. Co-op in Sainsbury's. They think they're better, but their stuff is as bad as Tesco's.
I thought the Co-op was cheaper because it's a co-op. You know, it's like a communist, socialist.
That's how they get you. Yeah, they don't pay their staff properly, and their stuff is more expensive. And it's not as good as Like I understand, go Waitrose, you go Marks and Sparks.
Oh yeah, I love Marks and Spencer's. Yeah.
Right. That's it's good stuff. The cookies, the buttery cookies, really are buttery.
The trifles.
The Co-op, it's just the best they can do.
Well, they've run out of food. Every time I go there, it's like not surprising there's no queue because there's never any food in there.
Yeah.
But at least I don't have to queue. But then I've got to drag these heavy bags back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really want one of those trolleys, but I don't want one of those trolleys because those. You look like a granny. You know those.
Yeah, but you can take a trolley from the store. It's £1.
From Co-op.
Yeah, the one with the wheels.
Yeah, you can't
you can just take it home.
No, you can't. He doesn't let me. The bouncer's at the bloody door watching like a bloody hawk. He won't let me take the bloody thing. But that would be perfect, actually. That would be. I could just keep taking it back. That would be. But no, those granny ones. I'm thinking of getting a granny one. Why can't they design them more for the younger person?
So what would be for a younger person instead of like flowery patterns from the 1500s? They put Billie Eilish. I don't know. That's a modern reference. Do you know Billie Eilish?
I don't. Billy Idol, did you say?
Billie Eilish.
Oh, Billie Eilish. I thought you said Billie Idol.
She's the new thing right now.
Oh, what singer?
Yeah, she's very good. She's very talented. She's just 18. She's already like a superstar.
Too young. And also, I don't think she's got anything. She's not a touch on Mariah Carey.
Oh my God, this girl, she's been making songs since she was like 12 or 13. She's like a kind of a prodigy, kind of a.
I like Mariah Carey, and I think Mariah Carey. I just keep playing Mariah Carey all day.
It just the shape of her head really bothers me.
I'm gonna look it up. Am I allowed to look it up during this?
Yeah, of course. Look at my Mariah Carey's head. It just looks like Tic Tacs.
I think she's very pretty, Mariah Carey. I think when
the shape of her head is just too oval. It's just, did you see it? Now you saw it, and you know what I mean.
No, hold on. Sorry, viewers at home. I must look up Mariah Carey's head.
Just you don't have to type in Mariah Carey head. I imagine if you type in just Mariah Carey.
Images.
Yes.
And what did you say her face looked like?
Just looks like a potato. You're
absolutely right. That's in the later days. I'm not sure if she's not. Doesn't matter. Not like body shaming her, but I think she's put on a little bit of weight.
Yeah, but that's fine. She had that head all her life.
But when in the early days, I think she's really beautiful. Hold on.
Yeah, but it's not about the looks, Nicole. It's about the art that they're making.
Yeah, I know, but she's got the most amazing voice, and she produced some absolute banging tunes in the 80s or 90s. I can't remember.
Like what? Except that.
Like what?
Except that Christmas song. One good Mariah Carey song.
Christmas song. You got Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
How does that go?
Sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. When I close my eyes, na 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 na. Tune, right? I'm not a good singer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You got Vision of Love.
Vision of Love.
Yeah.
How does that go? Do you know that?
Vision of Love, is it called?
Yeah, I wear my glasses so I can see you. Vision of Love.
Vision. No, sorry, Emotions. Emotions
of Love.
No, it's called Emotion. You've got me feeling emotion. Actually, I could do Mariah Carey. I don't see why it's so impressive that she screams. I could do that.
Yeah.
But other than that, she's got the most amazing vocal range.
Yeah.
You got Emotions. You've got Without You that she redid, I think, but it's a wicked version. I can't live if living is without you. She's like really gets into it, like she's thinking of someone.
Yeah.
You've got Oh, you got so many tunes. You've got "We Belong Together."
Are these her songs?
Yes, she has produced so many songs.
Okay.
Not all of them are good, but you know, it's like a joke. They're not all good, but the majority of them are great. Now, recently, I don't know what's happened to her voice. It's not as good, but she's still good. And I don't know. I just get motivated by Mariah Carey. I don't know why.
If you like her so much, would you queue up to see her?
No.
Oh, so you don't like her that much?
I'm not queuing up to see anyone, really.
All right. So
No.
let me, because I've noticed, I've noticed something. So you dislike Tesco for making people queue up, but also dislike your corner shop for not doing that.
Oh, I knew you.
Anything gonna please you, Nicole Harris? Is my question.
Not really, no.
Is anything gonna make you happy?
Do you know that song? That song by what are they called? Chaz and Dave. You know Chaz and Dave, brilliant Chaz and Dave. You don't know Chaz and Dave?
Is that like a British thing?
Yeah, it's really English. You've got to meet Chaz and Dave. I'm not sure if they're still alive. I hope they're still alive. But they're like Cockneys, and they do like rabbit, 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 rabbit.
Oh my God! The music in this country is made by geeks. Just
no, they're not geeks.
Everyone in this, every music man. It's just it feels like the people locked up in a room in Manchester, and there's mold in the corner of the room, and they're talking about Joy Division and whatever other bands come from this country. Everyone is just.
Look up Chaz and Dave, and you will love them. Chaz and Dave. What else did they do?
Did they do anything with Jimmy Savile?
I hope not. No. Who knows? They did this song called. They did like funny songs. Actually, you'd like them because they were sort of. I suppose they were maybe comics as well because they wrote funny songs.
I don't like funny songs, honestly. There's not one funny song that I go to.
Yeah, but musically they're good as well.
Okay.
And they wrote this song called "Ain't No Pleasing You." There ain't no pleasing you. That's what you remind me of when you said that about me, which is right.
So you wouldn't queue up to see Mariah Carey. You don't like the corner shop because they don't make people queue up.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I accept the rules.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think it's good that Tesco Express. By the way, it's a Tesco Express. I don't know if that makes any difference to the story, but I like the fact that they are putting the rules in place for the safety of everyone else. However, I'm still not going to queue, so I'm going to walk further down to the co-op.
But it's the quintessential British experience to queue.
That's true. We do love a queue.
Which I don't understand. I come from a former communist country. If anyone queued, is people for bread at 4 a.m.
Well, you know what? I don't understand when like foreign people like yourself, because that's what you are, Victor. I'm afraid.
Stinky foreigner, I know.
You're a foreigner. What I don't understand is when foreign people say to English people, "Oh, you love queuing. You're obsessed with queuing. You English." No, we're not obsessed with queuing. It's just the right thing to do when there's more than one person waiting for something and people have arrived at different times. It's not an obsession. It's not that we love doing. It's just the right thing to do. It's like saying,
what do you think in Romania we're stupid? If you've been waiting there for 2 hours and someone comes along and just walks in, do you think everyone goes like, well, we're not in Britain. I guess this is what we have to put up with. Nobody likes it.
So why are you saying that only the English do it?
I don't know, because you guys say that it's a quintessential English thing, which I don't understand. The English traditions, the things that English think of themselves are total bullcrap. You know what I mean?
I mean, we are better at queue. Look, let's just say we're not the only ones to queue, but we're definitely better at it.
What do you mean?
I lived in France, right? Yeah. I lived in France for a year and a half, and they don't like, they don't queue. If they can get out of it, they will. If someone, if you didn't quite see them arrive and you can quickly push in and knock someone out of the way to get ahead, they'll do it. The point is, that's wrong. We wouldn't do that. We would go, I could get away with it, but it's not right. I must queue because I wasn't. It's about fairness.
But you're making the example work in your favor, because of course in your example there was a guy, and everyone who would ever listen to this would be like, a guy, man, man, right? But imagine there's a French pregnant lady, an old, like 90-year-old, so everything's wrong with her. She has like asthma, she's 90, she's pregnant. What else do women have that, she's black, she's Jewish, she's all of the things, right? So wouldn't you let her in?
No, because she's definitely lying. How is she pregnant at 90? She's not pregnant.
That's what I'm saying. It's a miracle.
I wouldn't let her in, no.
But
I would let in maybe an older person, yeah. However, only if I let them in, not one that thinks, like, because they think they're older, they can just go and barge in without asking whatever. They've just got an attitude, not an attitude. But if they're an older person, I would let them in.
Yeah, but that doesn't work anywhere.
What do you mean?
Nobody likes people who cut in.
No, I don't like. No, if they're cutting in
for
nothing, I will say something.
Yeah. Because like I have issues with things like this, because there's another like stereotype, and as a guy I need to mention this. The stereotype that men pee on the toilet seat.
Yes.
And that women dislike that really much.
I dislike that strongly.
Well, let me give you an insight to the men and how we think. We dislike it too. We don't like it. We don't like to sit in some other guy's urine when we sit on the toilet. This is a universal thing. Why did you guys take it? And it's just you. You dislike it. Because men, we're fine with it.
No, you don't. Well, why are you doing it then?
Because that's how it works. I don't like another guy doing it either.
Well, why are you doing it?
Because that's just, there's no one else in the house.
That's not an excuse.
I try not to do it.
Well, just don't do it. Just hold your willy and aim.
Well, it's not that easy.
I don't think it's difficult.
But what I'm saying is nobody likes it. But the ladies have taken this on board as it's your crusade.
Well, because we sit down on the toilet more than you do.
Yeah, but we sit down on the toilet half of the time.
Hardly at all, not even half, a quarter.
I like to rest. I know there's, because this is another problem. Because of this whole problem, men think it's not all right to sit on the toilet. It's nice, just you can rest your legs. Right?
What during a wee?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, because then you won't piss on the toilet seat.
Exactly.
Actually,
that's what I'm saying. We should all come together and acknowledge that it's annoying everybody. Just like this queuing thing, everyone does it. And if we all come together, we go, it's fine.
It's more annoying for women because they have to sit more, and also the men are the ones that do it. Like, I if you're annoyed by it, don't do it.
I don't.
Oh, all right then.
That's sorted. But you know what I mean? So, and queuing, you don't, I don't know.
Queuing is the right thing to do when there's more than one person waiting for something.
Yeah. And
you arrive at different times. You shouldn't try and push people out of the way. When people do that on the tube, it really, really, that's something I don't miss during this bloody corona crisis, is getting on the tube. Stand to the side.
So someone else can walk in.
What is so hard about that? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shout. But let people off first. Don't, there's always one who stands right in the middle, isn't it, when the door's open? And when I do, and sometimes I have to just say, can you step aside, please? Like that, as I'm
Loudly.
getting out. Yeah, as
Yeah.
I'm getting out of the tube.
Oh, as you're leaving the train, not as you're walking in and you have to like face that person for the rest of the journey.
No, I'm not that stupid. As I'm leaving,
Yeah.
you know, like when you're getting out and it's like a really busy station, always like all they have to do is like stand at the side so people can get off, but they don't. There's always more than one dickhead who thinks, I don't care about anyone else. I don't care. I want to get on this train. So they literally stand in the middle of the doors where the doors are open. So the doors are open, and then you've got this dickhead in the middle.
Walk on his right side, or on his left side.
What's that?
You can walk on either side of him, right?
Yeah, you can.
Just one individual in the middle.
He's like it's several individuals.
Several now.
Yeah, blocking the whole way.
Okay. And so you dislike that. You not dislike it. You dislike it and you don't miss it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I don't miss that. Like, I don't understand how people on the tube, you know, like I was thinking about this the other day, like, you know, they get like people falling in love on the tube, like, you know, that Metro column, like love on the tube, and they say
this is creeps.
You reckon? Because
yeah,
I know there was a couple who said they met on the tube and they got married.
Yeah, but did they meet through that column? Because it's just creeps going like, we were just in a tight carriage and I smelled your hair.
I know, that is what it is.
Right?
That's what I mean. Like, I never fall in love on the tube. I hate everyone on the tube. I don't know how they do it. Like, yeah, like you read it and it's like, oh, I met you. Oh, do you remember? I met you and I carried your suitcase and I should have asked for your number. Like, I don't get that. I'm like, oh, you're that dickhead who tripped me up on the Northern Line. You know what I mean? Like, that would be my message in the Metro. To the prick.
To the prick. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how people like find love on the tube.
I don't know, because it's you can't look at people on the tube. Right? So how can you look at someone you fall in love?
That's what I mean. Like, people do, but like I don't know how they do it. The only time they might do it,
yeah,
right, is if someone drops something just before they're about to get off. Yeah. And then suddenly everyone goes from like not talking to each other to like, who's going to be the fastest person to give back the glove? You know, like that. Everyone runs after. Oh, excuse me. Like, you go from like not talking to each other to like, this person is your best friend if you drop something.
So you're like Cinderella, you drop the glove.
Yeah, and everyone's, excuse me! Like, suddenly everyone talks to everyone the minute someone drops something. That's what I've noticed on the tube.
What I've noticed is when people look at each other is when someone comes in begging for money and everyone's looking like, are you going to give anything? It's like, you know, like kind of...
No.
Like, I gave £1 now. I feel guilty and I have to give some change. It's not a lot, but it needs to sound when I drop it in their hand like it's a lot of money, right? That's what I like when people look at each other. Another thing that I really enjoy on the tube is I like to look at attractive people.
You like to you like to look at people looking at you. Is that your way of saying? Are you trying to get out of saying you like to look at attractive people? Because that is another way of
them, because they're not usually interesting. They don't have personalities because they don't need personality, right? Attractive people.
Some attractive people don't, yeah.
But what I find interesting is everyone else looking at them, judging or fantasizing or also having opinions or looking them up and down. It's fascinating.
Well, you mean like pervy men who look at
pervy men, like when there's like a really attractive lady on the tube, that everyone's looking at her.
Oh, really?
Like men and women for different reasons, and it's so interesting to kind of look in their eyes and go like, oh, look at that, she doesn't like it. Oh, now she's thinking of all those laps of the park that she never did, and she's looking at this gorgeous lady and go like, you know what I mean? Everyone has their own.
Really? And what is the lady doing at the time? Just
I don't know. It depends. Every time it's different. That's why it's interesting. Sometimes it's admiration. Sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes it's fantasizing. Sometimes it's creepy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But
I hate creepy men. Creepy men on the tube. I don't know why. There's a lot of them who kind of like just stare at you.
Yeah.
Without taking. It's really uncomfortable. They just go like this. Like that, literally.
Yeah.
Right, look what I'm doing, like that. And then, like, so you see them, and then you look away, and you look at them again. So they're supposed to look away because they've seen that you've seen them, and they don't. They go like this, and you're like, "Are you mental?" So you can either do two things. You can either like stare them out. I try and stare them out sometimes, or sometimes I go like that. What?
Yeah.
Or you can just kind of like not look at them, but then you feel like their eyes are on you, so it's really creepy. It's a very difficult situation. Once or twice I have challenged men on the tube for doing that, and I've actually said out loud, can you stop staring? It's very uncomfortable.
What did they do?
Like once this guy just pretended he wasn't he wasn't. He said I said, excuse me, could you just stop? It's really getting that ridiculous. You stop staring at me. And he goes, oh, I wasn't staring at you. Oh yeah, right. I wasn't staring at you. And then I made this whole big fuss on the tube, and I was like, yes, you was. Excuse me, he was staring. And then everyone else felt really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then he got off the tube. And
but do you realize that those positive stories that you're talking about earlier start exactly in the same way?
What positive story?
You know the story of that couple that met on the tube. You know how it started? He was looking at her.
Yeah, but not like that. Not like that.
And she was like, oh, he's looking at me. Oh, look at him. He's so pretty. Because the difference between someone creepy is how they look, right?
Yeah.
Like if the same, like a gorgeous, like muscly, or whatever you're into, guy that looks exactly like that, you go like, oh my God, look at him. He's looking at me. Oh, this is, stop looking.
Oh,
right? It's not like stop looking, because you don't like them.
Well, you've got a point. I'll be honest with you, Victor. You've got a point in some way. However, I will differ with you on that, because if it's a gorgeous guy, even a gorgeous guy, if he looks you in that pervy way, like that, then it's still freaky. But when it's a gorgeous guy, he looks at you like this. He goes like this, and you like look. And it's like it's not a stare. It's like a he's like checking you out, and then he like looks away when he sees you like made eye contact, and then he's like that, and then he's like, so it's different. It's less pervy than that.
But if you're a creepy guy and you're trying to find love, what are your chances?
Well, if you're a creepy guy and you're trying to find love, like if there are any watching now or listening, right, my advice to you would be the worst possible thing you could do is show how creepy you are by going.
Yeah, but you don't want to bring that up on in the third year of marriage. You want that to be the first thing that someone knows about you, right? Oh, I married the creepy guy.
Well, no, but he won't get a wife. He won't get a wife behaving like that, because the women feel, it makes women feel not very safe. And
if you don't know the guy.
No, I don't know him. I don't.
Yeah, but what if it's like a crazy uncle? Because uncles do that too. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, when like girls are like 13 or 14 and they're starting developing thing, and there's that uncle.
Oh my God.
Who's tried a few marriages, but none of them worked out.
Creepy. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
He'll never get another wife again.
Yeah, but he will smack that little girl's ass while she's walking around.
Is he a paedophile?
Oh, he's everything.
Oh, well. Yeah, he's never.
Because he's a creepy guy, right? But if you think about it, isn't the tube the perfect location for a creepy guy? Yeah. You don't have to go anywhere. You just sit. It's like an Edinburgh show, right? You know those venues in Edinburgh where you go there like 11 in the morning and you stay there all day and there's just shows happening in front of you?
Yes.
That's the Tube.
It's true, and also the other reason why it's perfect is because no one says anything. Apart from me sometimes, if like I will say something. I won't have someone just stare at me ridiculous in that pervy way. I will definitely. Well, but then I don't always say something because you can't keep saying something, you know. I think these pervy men just need to learn that it's not acceptable. They mustn't do that. So I hope you've learnt your lesson here today, Victor.
Where do you think these men are now? What are they doing? What are they doing during the pandemic?
I don't know, because like, what are they going to do? Well, there are some who are just like, I've noticed this. They're kind of like standing outside their house, just watching.
But that's a normal thing. That's when people knew their neighbors. That's what they used to do. They stay outside the house, and there's people walking past, and they say hello. They have a little chat. I used to do that when I was a kid.
But I feel now. More I talk to you, more I feel like you are one of these men. Starting to worry, like, yes.
I'm gonna do the rest of the podcast like this. So
oh my god, that's it. Yes, with the eyebrows going up like that as well. That is you. We could be on the tube right now.
Oh, I could be arrested for this.
Yes.
He's like, oh, get that man. He looks creepy. But, you know, sometimes people have creepy looks, right? Like, you know, because if you would queue outside at the Tesco, you would see these people. They're all over the place, right?
There are so many creeps around this area and your area, but, and everywhere, quite frankly. I did. Yes. I'll be honest, I did actually sort of kind of go out with this guy once that I met on the night bus.
Okay.
Which was like, you usually think, oh, I'm not going to, you know, talk to him because he might be a nutter. Yeah. I mean, it turned out he was an absolute nutter in the end. That was correct. But he reeled me in. I don't know why. And I kind of went out with him for like about a week.
Okay.
And then I realised he was a bouncer. He was not the bouncer, not the one who asked me for ID. Like, he was a bouncer, and he was like coming home from. He was from. It might have been from Romania or Bulgaria or something like that as well. And he was like, wherever. And he didn't. And I started talking to him on the night, but then I got him on Facebook or something. Oh, I don't know. It was an absolute disaster from start to finish. Oh, it was the worst. One of the worst experiences of my life. Do not meet a man on the N29.
Yes, any other bus, totally fine.
Or any other bus, but particularly that one. It's very dodgy. Yeah.
But don't you think bouncer is particularly the perfect job for these kind of people? Because they're paid to perv on people. What are they doing over there? What are they doing behind those shelves?
Yes.
All right.
And he had like quite a lot of muscles.
A lot of them.
Yeah, which is what I think appealed to me immediately.
Okay.
But he was like really fucked up in the head. Oh, sorry. Are we allowed to swear on this podcast? There might be sensitive people.
I think we've covered subjects that if people are bothered by the F word, I think they shouldn't listen to this anymore.
Yeah, don't listen. If you're bothered by the F word, don't listen.
Yeah.
You can make your own decisions in life.
Yes. Go and lick the bars on a bus right now. Right?
That's the new suicide, isn't it? Just licking a pole or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a Polish person.
No. Well, maybe.
Well, that can give you some diseases.
Any person. Bulgarian, Romanian.
But no Polish, because they're very Catholic. And because they're very repressed sexually, which means they don't check for diseases because they're ashamed.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I kind of went out with a Polish guy.
And what happened? Was he creepy as well?
Yes, he was really creepy in the end.
Yeah.
And I think it turned out that he didn't tell me, but I think it turned out that he had a wife and child in Poland.
Where do you meet these men?
I don't know. I just get myself into such. I just attract weirdos. I've given up that though. I've given up that. That was an old message that I was sending out to the universe. Like,
All right.
I've changed the message now. You know
What's
what
the
I
message
mean?
now?
Like, I want a not normal, because that wouldn't be right, but like not someone who is completely mad and inappropriate and unavailable emotionally. That's the thing.
Unavailable.
Actually.
So you don't want to queue up for his feelings.
He put
Right?
some genius. This is why I agreed to do this podcast with you, Victor, because you are a bloody genius. Can we put? Is there a clapping something thing?
Oh, yeah, but it's just for the NHS.
Oh. No,
So don't clap anyone else now.
There, I did it.
All right. So how are you?
Go now.
Sorry?
You won't go.
It?
There you go. It's gone.
Yeah, it's in the corner over there. So Nicole Harris, it bothers you going shopping, but are you well? Are you keeping well? Are you happy? Are you sending positive messages to the universe so that the universe can take care of you while you're indoors?
Yes, I am trying to send the messages to the universe. I'm well. Touch wood.
Yeah. You touch your noggin.
My noggin. I'm all right. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. I am getting a little bit tired. I don't want to bring this podcast down. No, I better not say it. But
no, go ahead.
I'm supposed to be cheering people up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're going through we need to be human. We can't just be all happy-go-lucky, because that's not what human is.
Very true. I am getting a bit tired. Not tired because I can sleep as much as I want. Not literally tired. I really could sleep all the time. But like, I'm getting a bit fed up with the lockdown. It's getting to me now a little bit. It's getting to me. Not believe it or not about the comedy. Not that comedy is cancelled for the foreseeable. I thought that would get to me, but it's turned out it hasn't as much as I thought. But just like more like socializing, like seeing people. I haven't seen anyone for what is it, nearly 2 months now or something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone. I haven't cuddled anyone.
But isn't it also about being seen? Because we haven't been seen for this long time. Because we lock ourselves indoors, and these creeps, they don't get to see all of this.
True. That is true. Oh yeah, that's true. No, that's a positive thing to come out of it, because it means you don't get the men sort of like that. By the way, I'm not saying that about me. Like, they do it with you could be anyone. Like, even you, Victor. If you put on a wig and a dress, they'd be staring at you.
Would that be enough? Is that what it takes to be a different gender?
Yeah, just put on a wig and I bet you. Actually, I bet if you were a girl, you'd be like a really pretty girl.
I'd be a slag.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
You use your looks to be a right slut.
Yeah. And
I mean,
actually,
anyway.
Sorry?
I think you are anyway.
Well, oh yeah, naughty, creepy guy. I am a creepy guy. But if we're talking about the universe, that's basically like saying God, but not in a non-committal way.
Yeah. We don't like commitment.
No, but isn't God the creepiest of them all? This is an old man. He just stares at you, and he doesn't say anything. You go like, God, just stop looking, and he's just there, just breathing through his beard.
Oh my God, you're right. He's like the ultimate creep.
Exactly.
That I've been describing. He's like omnipotent.
Yeah. He stares at you while you want to change.
Oh my God, that is disgusting. Oh my God, I can't believe that.
Yeah, he doesn't, because the creeps that you've been talking about, at least they're outside, right? There is an
Yeah,
understanding in society that there's a difference between the inside and the outside, right? These
yeah,
people
yeah.
are outside, but would be a problem if someone would stare through your window, and that's what God does. He's a peeping
No,
Tom.
God's actually in. God doesn't need to stare through the window. God is just like, he can get in the living room. He doesn't need a key.
In the bathroom, that's the problem, because the living room,
Yeah, but then if God wants to watch me do a shit and still loves me after that, good
yeah.
luck to him. That's why I would never do that in front of a boyfriend or girlfriend. Not that I have a girlfriend or boyfriend.
You would not at any point in the relationship, you would not get comfortable enough to admit that you're human beings. And
No, I would never go to the toilet in front of a boyfriend.
but isn't that weird? Because the first time you meet them, you go on a date to eat something. So
Yeah,
it's all right to show yourself shoving all that food inside of your body, but mysteriously it goes away. Isn't that weird if you think about it?
Yeah, not really. It's not weird at all, no. Because just because you know something happens doesn't mean you have to do it in front of your boyfriend. Like, would you? No, you wouldn't.
I would do it. Yeah, of course, definitely I'd do it next. Like, not like ask them, hey, can you come in? I've I've been constipated for like 3 days. this is I missed your birthday in our anniversary, and
I really hate
yeah, I've
thinking
prepared
about,
something for you.
yeah,
Not like that, but you're in a cabin somewhere, and the bathroom is just in the room, basically.
no, I can't. I'm really prudish about this. Is the one thing that I'm just really prudish about, and I can't bear any talk of it or any like thought of it or any. It's just not something I could do in front of with my boyfriend or vice versa.
But it's such a natural act, and it's healthy if you do it. If
It's
you
not
don't do it, then it's a problem.
It is natural. Well, but just because something's natural doesn't mean it's pleasant.
No, correct.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
some people have purple hair, which is, oh no, that's not natural. Sorry, that
No.
was going to be an analogy, but yeah, it's not pleasant, and I can't abide it.
It's as natural as giving birth, right?
Well, I don't want to watch that either, really, if I'm
No.
honest. Do you?
Not all the time. Like it's not it's not in my bookmark bar. It's not the first thing that I search on Pornhub, but because that's the other thing. Some people actually find it sexually appealing.
Who?
Oh, go and I'll send you some links after this.
No, don't send me links. Don't. No, I don't want to send. Oh my God! Do not send me links.
Okay,
I'm gonna be scared now every time I get a message from you. And also stop watching porn on Pornhub. Like, that sounded like you watch a lot of porn on Pornhub. I don't.
Not a lot, because it's just after a while you start a fire.
I don't really agree. I don't really like the whole porn thing, but that is another discussion. That is another really in-depth discussion that
Exactly.
we haven't got time to do, because we're talking about like basic things like queuing for the supermarket.
Yeah, this is not for today, but today I think that this is the first episode where we're trying to talk about something like the current thing, so it's not like a fancy subject that we choose.
But we might choose porn for another subject for another day.
Yeah,
that could be actually a good subject.
Right.
But then again, it might be. I think it will be a very deep conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's got lots of different aspects to it.
Exactly, because there's so many types of porn. Right? Can you imagine when we're done with them? Oh my God.
No, not in that way.
There's little people porn as well, because if we're going to go to that thing.
Oh, is that the word now? Little people. Okay.
Yeah.
So little penis porn as well, isn't there? There's
so much out there.
But yeah.
as of today? Is there anything else that's bothering you today?
Lots of people always bother me. I'm fed up with. I can't. I mean, I did write some things down that were bothering me, but I can't really see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This. I'll say this one last thing, right? I'll say this one last thing, right? This is really bothering me, right? This is bothering me a lot.
Okay.
People using the coronavirus. We know the coronavirus is terrible and it's a horrible situation, and we know that, right? We know that, and we know that things are changing. But people who are using the coronavirus as an excuse for being a dickhead when they were always a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, or an excuse for not doing work.
Yeah. Because
they're lazy. Nothing to do with the coronavirus. It's just that they're using it as a get out, and it's like I emailed my like property manager, you know, like who looks after our building, and like I've been emailing for months, way before the whole coronavirus, and she's just useless and she never responds, right? And then she responded and goes, oh yeah, sorry I haven't responded, the coronavirus. And I'm like, no, this has been going on for like 6 months, this smell in the hallway. You haven't. She's using it as an excuse, as a get out clause for the last 6 months. Like, people using the coronavirus as an excuse for shitty behaviour. You know, it's not an excuse for shitty behaviour. Your shitty behaviour is shitty behaviour. You can't be like, oh, sorry, did that upset you when I called you a cunt? Oh, sorry, the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's where the C word came from, the corona.
The C word.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the new C word, isn't it?
Don't you think instead of complaining that this exists, you embrace it and you use it yourself?
Oh, as an excuse. What? As an excuse?
For anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't go out. Coronavirus. Sorry, I can't talk on the phone. Coronavirus. Sorry, I can't pay rent. Coronavirus.
Everything.
Yeah. It's a fantastic excuse, man.
Fantastic. What else? What other things could you and if you've had trouble previously ending a relationship, coronavirus.
Exactly. Sorry, I died because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, I can't have sex with you anymore. The coronavirus. Actually, well, that is true. Actually, you've got to stay 2 meters apart, and no one's that well endowed. So
exactly. Can you imagine how thick the condoms have to be?
I've heard. Yeah.
So I think this is a cloud with a very shiny silver lining.
Well, no, I don't like people using the coronavirus as an excuse for being a dick when they always were, or just to make any excuse about anything. It's like, you can't use that as an excuse for not replying to my emails for 6 months. And then I look like the dick. Do you know what I mean? She makes me look like the dick. We're only dealing with emergencies at the moment. Like, why are you going on about it? I'm not the dick. You're the one that didn't respond for 6 months. Anyway, that.
Were you waiting for me to go? Yes, Nicole, you're right. All in my head, I'm going like, just don't bother that lady. Just let her be. Just get some air freshener. You know, one of those things that with sensors, if you walk past, it goes puff. But
that's the thing. I didn't even bother her. She responded to all the emails. I didn't chase it up. I didn't chase anything up.
She responded now.
She responded now saying, "Yeah, sorry, I haven't responded. Coronavirus." It's like, no, this was emails before the coronavirus.
How do you think she has time now?
Well, she's probably working from home.
She's working from home.
Yeah, she's probably got loads of time on her hands now. But the point is, like, that's not an excuse. Like, I wouldn't even mind if you just went, sorry, I didn't respond previously. Yeah. However, now I can't, whatever.
But are you the only person in her portfolio?
Oh, no.
So basically you're queuing up for her to... Sorry, I had to do it. I had to say it.
You're right as well. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't queue, especially not for property managers.
Well, apparently, because it's it's unprecedented times, Nicole Harris.
It is. It's unprecedented.
Yeah.
That's.
But
Everyone,
even if the situation is like this, we're still annoyed, and I have a feeling that we're gonna keep being annoyed.
well, yeah, but then you let it go. I am quite good at letting it go, so I've just let it go now.
Oh, you're like that girl from Frozen.
I've never watched Frozen.
Well, there's a song in there that's not sung by Mariah Carey, but it's still pretty good.
Well, not as good as if she sang it.
Yeah, with her peanut head.
Well, I think she's got a beautiful head.
She's I think her voice is fantastic. The range. I know she can do like 5 octaves, which is like very few people in the world can actually do that. But she's just very annoying. In that song, her song is annoying.
What song?
That Christmas song.
All I want for Christmas
That one.
is you. Ooh, baby. That one.
Yeah.
Why is that? No, that's a lovely song.
Usually songs that have baby as like a quintessential word because they couldn't figure out anything else to write with maybe.
Listen, I think ooh ooh is an extremely difficult thing to write as a song writer. Ooh, baby. Yeah. That's difficult. Like, I bet you could think of that.
And
just like baby, like you wouldn't even put the sort of you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
I've
seen your writing
as Mariah Carey. I'll have to admit.
No, she's a bit I don't know. I've not really seen her recently, but I do think like maybe her voice has gone down.
Of course, because she's older now. Like everyone's voice goes.
But does it though?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure because I saw Tom Jones on that voice thing singing, and he sounds just like he used to. So
he still can't reach. I remember like I watched Sinatra as well. Like his voice just goes after a while because these people didn't take care of their voices. They smoked and drank and yelled all the time.
Do you reckon Mariah Carey didn't take care of her voice when she was just sort of like too busy, like going every minute? Did you hear that? That was quite good, actually.
Yeah. There was like someone trying to write on a chalkboard.
I don't really
with their fingernails, huh?
I don't see how that was different to her.
I don't know. I think the only artist that improved as they were getting older is Tom Waits.
Okay, I don't know him.
He has a very gravelly voice, and the older and the more he smokes and gets like throat cancer, the better it sounds.
So do you think is it inevitable that people's voice their singing voice will go?
Yeah, that's what happened when you get old. Your voice is going, you can't taste things properly, your nose and your ears get bigger. That's
no, not bigger.
Well, we'll have to go to the bathroom all the time.
Well, as long as you sit down. I don't understand that though, because your voice when you talk is the same. It doesn't go. It doesn't get like quieter or the range doesn't change. So how comes when you sing, it's more difficult and it goes? Are you sure that that's a fact? Yeah,
because well, it's thoroughly researched.
Right. Right.
All right. And on that bombshell.
Oh, I'm upset about that.
Well, we should leave on an upsetting note, right?
Yeah.
Get our listeners wanting another episode. Yeah,
we're bringing some positivity.
Yeah.
In the next episode.
Yeah, well, but until then.
It's called Bugbear, so.
Exactly. If they have anything to say about it, they should complain.
Exactly.
All right. But Nicole Harris, it's been a pleasure to talk to you again.
And you, Victor Pastrami.
And I'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Till then, take care of yourself. Stay healthy.
And you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.